Alright guys, we're going to do something a little different today. What we're going to do is I just got this new fitness band. As you see, I usually will use the Charge HR, and that's in the large version, just all black. That's what I've used for a long time, and I've used it for hiking, and you've seen it probably when I talk about how many steps I'm taking in my hiking videos. And I saw this Fitbit Charge 2, and I just had to get it, and I'll kind of unbox it, go over some of the features quickly, and just so you get an idea of what it is, what it does, and with the update, how it's different from the Charge HR. So stick with me till after the break. So just unboxing for the first time, and it seems like the packaging is really different from the previous Fitbit Charge HR. It's not as chintzy and plastic as it has been in the past. So it kind of opens, it reminds me of Apple's kind of layout. And so what we have here is, of course, just the usual kind of Fitbit setup information. Little packet, safety instructions, and warranty. Then we have this, which is the charger, I'm assuming. That is one thing that's different from the Charge HR, is now they have this, a new proprietary connector, of course. And then finally, here it is. So some reasons I updated. First of all, the bigger screen was a big selling point for me. It's 4 times bigger than the previous version. Another thing the Fitbit has that I really like are the silent alarm. I use my silent alarm on my HR all the time, every morning, and it's a nice way just to kind of wake me up. I don't have to hear that annoying all the time, and so it's nice to have that option. This still has that option. It has guided breathing sessions. One thing that's supposed to do is supposed to help with what's called mindfulness, just basically being aware of your body and being aware of your heart rate and what your body is doing, and so just adding overall body awareness. One big plus for me is that the bands are removable. So here's how it works. That little tab part right there, you kind of make sure I get, there we go. Keep blocking. You pull down and off. And so it kind of clips on like that. One reason I wanted that is sometimes, as awesome as these fitness bands are, they're not the most stylish things, and they don't often fit in with what I wear to work. Usually I do wear a tie most days. I don't have to, but I do wear a tie most days, or at least a collared shirt. And so sometimes it just doesn't fit just what I'm wearing. It hasn't bothered me before, but I got it in blue here, but you can remove the bands. Another thing is that Fitbit had a problem with these Charge HRs where the rubber part right there would kind of bubble up and start to separate. If there's an issue with this, all Fitbit has to do, and Fitbit has great customer service, is replace the bands for you. And they don't have to replace the entire tracker like they did on the Charge HR. I haven't ever had a problem, but some people have had a problem. So I went ahead and set this up so you can see what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and check that out. But first of all, the charging cable. One nice thing that the Charge 2 has is that it's a lot longer in terms of the cable length than the Charge HR, which is kind of nice. And how you clip it on is you just do it that. It settles in there, and there are 2 pins right there. And so those fit into the connectors on the back, right there. That's it. So let's cycle through these and see what we have. We have clock face and steps, heart rate, exercise, stopwatch, the mindfulness part of things, and on the clock face, if we tap, because it's not a touch screen, it's just pressure sensitive, miles, and we can cycle through those, calories, stairs, workout time, reminder to move, 26 steps out of 250 for the hour, and total steps again. Nice thing about these fitness bands is it keeps the data for up to 7 days. Battery life is about 5 days. So that's kind of perfect for my hiking trips. I can kind of see my overall stats, my heart rate. After the hike, when I sync it to to my phone, I can kind of see what my heart rate was like over the course of that hike. So it's kind of a fun toy, but it's also a nice way of tracking exactly what I'm doing. Especially now that I have the call calendar and text notifications. I think that's really great that I can just kind of look at my wrist. I don't need something like the Apple Watch or any other Samsung Gear device or anything like that. For me, this has just enough functionality for notifications. I'm not annoyed by it. I don't want to access Facebook on this. I can't do that. I don't want to access Instagram. For those things like that, I kind of go to my phone, and so I don't really want to have to go to my wrist for that. So for me, this is kind of a perfect balance, especially for use while hiking. I can definitely see myself using this a lot. So in terms of how I will use this and why I upgraded, first thing is that it's water resistant. So that's one thing I like about these electronic devices that are coming out now, is that they are splash proof at least. So I don't have to worry about it raining, or I don't have to worry about it just getting wet. As long as I don't immerse it, it'll probably be fine. Another big thing is the connected GPS is big. I can look at the watch face and not at my phone. I can look at it for kind of current stats for how my run is going, what distance I've covered, and also looking at my heart rate if I want to see that up on the face instead of, for example, steps. Another big thing for me are these removable bands. I think that's great that we can finally do that. Finally swap out these more athletic looking bands, and Fitbit is going to release kind of a special edition sort of bands, like faux leather, or maybe it's a genuine leather. I have to go check it out on the website, that I can wear when I'm at work and not have to look like I have this blue thing, or this black thing in this case, on my wrist, and it's obviously a fitness tracker. It just looks more like a watch, and I kind of like that. So this is the Fitbit Charge 2. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. Hopefully this was helpful for you. I'll go ahead and use this on all my hikes. This will definitely replace my Charge HR, and you should be seeing some Fitbit stats maybe on some upcoming hikes. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.